Boys are helping me on the pond. You helping Daddy, bub?
Yep.
Alright. So we've got...
Daddy, I'm gonna get some going.
Okay. 2 30-inch culverts, 36-inch culverts. And it overflows them when it gets to going. There's a pond. My neighbor's place. This other neighbor has a pond. And there's a big pond down at the end. So what I'm thinking, I'm going to put a spillway right here and kind of leave this as a catch-all for suet and all kinds of crap. You can see that right there is about $400 worth of gravel sitting in there, because it all shovels down this little valley into this lower pond. Last year it got so bad it pushed the grass seed that I put in the yard out here, and it's grown in the middle of the pond. So there are fish in here right now. My goal is to dig this out all the way around. This levee here is actually about, I don't know, maybe 4 foot high. And my utilities run right through here. Water and power. Otherwise, I would just dig this all out and make this one huge pond, but I can't. So this has been about a 3-year process to get to this point. This was so wet last year, I buried the tractor up to the axles and had to pull it out with the truck 3 times. Right there where those buckets are. So what I've been doing is letting it dry, let the ground dry, come in and dig out with the tractor as deep as I can, stop, let the ground dry. It's just been a slow process. This was a natural creek bed where I'm walking right now that ran down through here. So I'm building my dam up here. This is all compact with clay because I hit, hold on Bubba, I hit a solid clay bottom over here. So I dug the clay up and compacted that area. And there was another right up that little hillside right there, just on the other side of that trailer there was another ditch. So the water came out of the culverts and then it could either run down this way to there, or it could go down that way, run up through there, go on the other side of those trees and back down. I have backfilled all that. So now it's only got one choice, to come this direction. And it hasn't ate that hillside out very much. So my goal is to dig this out. I want to get it down at least another 3 feet on this side. And at least 5 feet on this side. So it ended up being about 8. Hold on, Bubba. 5 to 8 foot pond all the way around. Not that big a deal, or not huge. And then I originally planned to keep this little island here as a place to fish on. This is one of the natural creek beds here. So I'm going to put a spillway in there. Like I said, this actually ran up that hillside there and over to where those white fence posts are. I backfilled all that and forced the water this one direction. Downside is in the summer, everything dries out. Neighbors' ponds hold water all summer long, but this one doesn't. It's full of suet, so it just stays. I've had that to where there wasn't but a 10 by 10 area of water, and trying to get on what looked like dry dirt, I'd bury the tractor. So that's just nothing but soot. But I'm going to continue this levee all the way to here, put some kind of overflow here to naturally flow out of there, because I can only go so high over here. I don't want to backfill those culverts, because then I'll have water on the other side where the donkeys are. So I'll probably keep this about here, make it an overflow with rock. When I get all this dug out, then that'll make a pond right through here, and all the way around there. I may end up actually taking these 4 trees out. This is a big hickory. I could use some of that for my cabin. It's a big cedar, probably 17 inches at the base. And I believe that is a sycamore over there. I may be wrong. I know this is a hickory though. But I could make quite a few posts and rafters out of this, so I'm thinking about taking these trees out, leaving the root rods for fish. Maybe leave the sycamore. I don't know. Hadn't decided yet. But want a place to fish. And the boys are helping me out. Let me know what kind of ideas you got. This is the upside of the hill. House is up here. And these are all natural ravines that have been here for God knows how long. There's one here that runs around the backside of the barn, drains down to the pond, and it winds off to another one that actually goes up to our neighbor's property. They all hit this creek. And of course right down there is the pond I was showing you earlier. Problem I've got, this ravine right here, where that dodge is all the way down to here, was about, well, there was 12 loads, 12 3-ton loads of fill hauled in here. That gives you any idea. So where the back of that truck is was about 16 foot deep down to the bottom of this ravine. So the problem I've had is trying to figure out how to get this water to route somewhere besides the middle of my driveway. Because originally the driveway came down here and was on the other side of this tree, to the right of this tree. And I pulled it up because we've got 4 kids driving. There's not enough room up here to park, so I filled in the whole ravine, and there is 120 foot of 16-inch culvert from that basketball goal all the way down to there, which probably should have been something bigger, but if you've ever bought culvert, know that that stuff's not cheap. And this was actually an S-curve, so this part here underneath my truck had to curve all the way over. And that big thick 36-inch stuff is not bendy. It doesn't bend at all. So it naturally spits my rock in my driveway into the pond. And then up here you got that little, I put a fence in there when we had goats, and it's filled up with dirt. That's a exit that what pulls all the water off of the hillside, comes down here, attempts to go in this culvert, usually ends up overflowing and just flowing back on top of this. There is a drain underneath my truck, but the water gets going so bad it fills up and clogs. It's trying to act as a vent boot. So my thought is dig this out and dig this ditch around the back side of my barn deep enough to divert the water around the barn to the back side and back down the hill instead of going this direction. Or cut out more of the hillside, level this off, and push the water back down the other side of the house down to the new pond. So not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but let me know if you got some ideas. So this is after a full day of work. The levee built up. It had rain today. It's not supposed to rain the rest of the week. Thursday evening and Friday, I'm going to come back out here and finish digging it out. You've seen it before. There was about a 8 by 8 foot leaf bed, probably 2 foot deep right there on this side of that stump. I dug it out. I gotta come in and cut all this dirt out. I was basically just digging it and throwing it up on the bank all the way around. But I need to level that out.
Daddy,
What, Bubba?
you know,
Hold on, bub. This over here, almost about as deep as not water level, but there's probably
Daddy,
about
this
16 inches of water in there right now.
Daddy,
And this is all solid clay bottom
Daddy,
from
this-
here
Daddy, this is
all the way around.
open now.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the spillway right there, right there. And then I need to mound that up to make a bigger levee between me and the neighbor. So when I come back and start digging this out through here, which will be about another day's worth of work, I'll be taking that and leveling it off there, and then I got to put a spillway in it. But it's about what I want. If I could just get it up about even with the top of that stump, would be perfect. If I had it even with the top of that stump right here, it would probably be about 6 or 7 foot deep, which is about what I want. I did decide I'm going to leave this island. I'm going to take this tree out, probably that cedar and that crooked hickory. I think this is a maple. I think maples are star leaves. I may leave that, I don't know. I do want to leave at least one tree out here, and there's 4 on it. So we'll see. But that's what we got left. Probably 18 foot wide by probably 40 foot deep, or 40 foot wide, 40 foot long, 18 foot wide. Dug out at least, I'm going to go all the way to clay. So based off that over there, I've got to dig another probably 4 feet of dirt out. And then it'll slope up that hill over where my 4-wheeler is. So, fun stuff. So this is the view of the pond from my front porch. About 12 foot off the ground on this side. It's probably 20 foot on the other side, something like that. I did finally get it dug out the way I want. I'll take you down there a little closer, but this is kind of the aerial view. Here it is. We've had a little bit of rain, not a lot. It's holding water pretty good considering how dry it's been. I still got to come through here and level all this out. I'm waiting on this to dry because most of this was just a soupy mess. There wasn't no actual dirt, rock and mud. I still need to level that off. I have put, zoom in, we have rocked that up. That's kind of going to act as a spillway. I need to put some more rock down the other side, but that's going to act as my spillway. And then just between the trailer and the end of this levee, there's another spillway. So this pond will drain over into here, fill this up until it gets even with the spillway, and then spill over. And I still need to knock down that huge pile of dirt there and make that level. But that's about as soupy as this stuff, so hadn't got to that yet. I'm estimating, and the deepest part of it probably be 7 foot deep, maybe. You can see that it's already receded. We've probably come down 7-8 inches. I'm just kind of curious how much water is going to stay in it year round, because we get some humid, nasty, sticky summers. So we'll see. That's what I got so far. Dug out, did it all with that 38 horse Kubota tractor. I contemplated taking these trees out, decided at the last minute we're just going to leave them. It acts as shade. Like I said, we get nasty summers, so you need all the shade you can get. I just like the water level to come up another 3 feet at least. Would be about perfect. So we'll see. Once I see where the water level stays, I'll grass seed in these levees to keep them from eroding. And I have already knocked this down over there by the trailer, so that water level will come down a little bit as well. Once I get this to where this sustains, I'll probably try to drain this almost totally dry. That way I can get a couple $100 of gravel back out of the bottom of the pond. So that's the end of the irrigation project. Wasn't bad. Took a while. And we still got some work to do. But like I said, I just gotta wait until we're in the beginning of July. And from July till usually almost the middle to end of September, it's triple digits pretty much every day with 90 to 100% humidity. So this mud's going to have plenty of time to dry out between now and then. And I'll give you an update once I actually start leveling this out. I said right now, as you can see by looking at it, it's still way too soupy. I'd bury the tractor up trying to level this out. But once it fully dries out, I'll level these out, seed everything, and then we'll see what happens.